Let's talk about how fun it is to renovate. We started out trying to make the most of what we had. What we did was a whole lot of DIY, a whole lot of sweat equity. I want it all gone. And I think a pretty dramatic transformation. I love demo. We had green sinks, green faucets, green bathtub, green toilet, green vanity, green knobs. It was green, 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 and more green. We thought about making it smaller. We thought about actually turning part of the space into either a workout room or a guest room. How do we turn it into something that we really love? We took out the walls that were enclosing the bathtub. They really made this space feel chopped up, and it gave a very long, narrow hall that just didn't feel right. And also, it didn't feel like anybody would ever want to have a soak in that bathtub.
It's so green.
Bye-bye went the walls and the tub, and we replaced it with something that is freestanding. It has a flat to the wall design, which means one side of the tub installs directly against the wall, and then the front side acts like a freestanding soaker tub. This way you get the best of both worlds. You have the most efficient use of space. It is a deep tub. It is super long, but it's lean at the same time, and it's contemporary, yet it fits well within this original space. Of all the bathtubs I've ever installed in all the bathrooms we've ever renovated for ourselves, this is my favorite tub. We had tongue and groove paneling throughout. This is a feature that exists throughout the entire cottage, so it's definitely something that we wanted to keep. So refreshing this bathroom was about painting the walls and painting the floor. I would have loved to sand this floor all the way back to make it natural pine like the bedroom, but that wasn't working because we had to patch the floor, and the old pine and the new pine were different colors. So we decided to paint this floor. This color is called Distant Haze. I think it is a perfect complement to the color of the vanity and the color of the marble. What's more cottagey than a painted floor? One of our plumbers did not agree.
Doesn't match.
He made it absolutely clear that he thought this was a terrible color choice.
Nope.
You know, the good news is Alex and I will be using this bathtub, not Julio.
I sure hope not.
You gotta make the choices that suit you. The vanity we started with was huge. It's over 9 feet long. Huge. What better showcase for my new cabinetry collection? This is a brand new door profile that I've just designed, and it combines a scallop door profile with a flat band. The reason we did this was to make sure you could attach some really snazzy, beautiful hardware of your choice to suit your design style across the top of the panel, and then you get the scalloped portion underneath. Everything we did here at the cottage, we wanted to have a subtle water-inspired lakeside feel. And so the scallopy detail, the ripples, the waves, you get where I'm going, right? The marble on this vanity is the same marble that is on the desk in our bedroom. This is called Jade Light, and I'm gonna tell you it is hands down one of my all-time favorite marble palettes. It mixes blues and greens, the softest tones, the most beautiful aqua, the softest, mintiest green. It's like the colors of lichen on the rocks, of the water on the most soft, subtle, cloudy day. When you're thinking about marble, think about how the veining is gonna work once you cut it to put your sinks in. When you're out looking for marble, one thing you might wanna do is take a picture of the slab and then mock it up with lines. You know, you can just draw on top of a photo on your phone right now, and you can draw in where your sinks would be, just to make sure that your favorite parts of the slab are still gonna be visible once it's been fabricated. The IKEA vanities that these are designed to fit only come about 18 inches deep. And I like something that is a little bit deeper for the overall counter. We built a 2x4 frame that would bump these vanity frames off the wall and create a shelf. What's nice about the shelf, if you're gonna wipe off your countertop, nothing's getting in the way. The shelf gives you a place where you can display pretty things. You can put a bowl for your rings. You can put your makeup if you like to have a lot out. The shelf just allows you to elevate that marble, give it a little bit more impact, see it on the vertical as well as on the horizontal, and give you the extra value of a shelf. Let's talk about the lights. These are vintage Italian with textured glass shades on them. I've had these for a really long time. And what I like about them is the brass disc, the plate that covers the junction box, has a nautical feel. I'm always interested in all of the details when it comes to lighting. The escutcheon, the ribs, any texture, the interest of the glass, all of it comes together, and that's what gives you that extra impact. You'll never regret investigating vintage lighting. It's a fun journey and it gives dramatic effect. We've used lots of vintage lighting, we've used new lighting. Above the bathtub, we have one of the original floral metal pendants that came with the cottage. One is in the entry to the bedroom. They're just a fun nod to what was here originally. Opposite the vanity, we have a fabulous wall-hung storage cabinet made up of 2 IKEA kitchen cabinet components that have all been dressed with my new cabinetry collection for Allstyle. The door profiles are custom, and then it's custom gables that wrap it. You might want to do this in a front entry because then you could have shoes and boot storage underneath. One of the things that we were struggling with at the beginning of this renovation was the placement of the shower. It was big, it was dark, so what we decided to do was leave the plumbing in the existing place, slide the toilet back, shrink the overall size of the shower, and make it a beautiful celebration of a number of different types of tile. On the floor, we went with hexagonal Ming mosaic marble. The wall has 4 different types of tile, and this is something I've been experimenting with. You know I love my tile patterns when it comes to showers. You can have a more classical inspired tile pattern or something more traditional. Lately, I've been having fun with stripes. So here is a vertical stripe that I've created using square in green, a rectangular tile in a soft kind of aqua blue, a listello that has a 3D pattern on it in a gloss white, and then the overall field tile is rectangular. This is a lot of tile talk. Go out and source for tile and then bring home some different options. Play around, get a few tiles, lay them out, see how they look, see how they feel, and voila, you can have something completely unique and totally you. The finishing touch on this whole bathroom is the plumbing fixtures. These are by Riobel, and this is the Momenti series. They have lever handles in a really beautiful brushed gold finish. We have the exact same gold finish on all of our shower hardware for our glass shower enclosure, and that is the finishing touch that just ties it all together. When it comes to thinking about what the right fixtures are for your vanity, think about how long it is. If it's a big vanity, I always think you need something that has a bit more presence. So I like to go with a high arc spout. I like a handle that sits up a little bit above the counter, so it's easy to wipe the counter around it and keep it clean. And I'm always looking for faucets that are sculptural and beautiful and tie in with my design vision. We've used a lot of rattan furniture throughout the cottage, in the bedroom, in the living spaces, and so this is a pair of rattan mirrors that I've installed above the vanity, which reflect into the closet. This room got a simple but dramatic transformation. No structural changes. We painted the walls, we painted the floor. We started out with the simplest of IKEA kitchen cabinet frames, and then we dressed them up and made them pretty with my Sarah Richardson for Allstyle RETROFIT collection. I wanted a beautiful moment when you look into the closet and the effect of a big oversized dresser. First up, a pair of 24-inch wide kitchen cabinet bases. Now, this is where socks and underwear, t-shirts and shorts go. It's so easy on these terrific glides to just open it up and stash away all that fresh laundry. I bought a slab of marble and I tried to use up every single last bit on the desk, on the vanity, and then the last piece of marble on this vanity top. Above the vanity top is a fabulous round mirror made by the same company as the mirrors that are above our vanity, so same finish but different design. And I like the round breaking up all of these blocky elements in the closet. Beside the drawers, we've got 2 different depths of full height pantry units, and these are the 90-inch high pantries. This is literally floor to ceiling storage. The first pair is only 15 inches deep, and I think this is an ideal depth for anything folded. Jeans, workout gear, sweaters, anything kind of bulky, it all fits really well. Then we go 24-inch deep for the next 3 units, and these all have hanging capabilities. And this design has a little scalloped detail that runs sort of like a ribbon stripe right through the middle. It is horizontal on the tall vertical doors and vertical on the stacked drawer fronts. Here's how my new collection works. You can buy the frames from IKEA, and then you order the gables and the doors through Allstyle. And it allows you to create something completely custom, tailored to exactly what you need and want. Did you get any good ideas? Leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear what your favorite ideas are. I hope you'll turn on the bell for notifications so you don't miss the next video. You never know where we're gonna go next.